What happens when a Stinger missile takes down a Russian fighter jet? The Stinger missile, a portable bad day in a tube. When it comes to taking down Russian fighter jets, the Stinger doesn't just deliver damage, it delivers a masterclass in how to ruin a pilot's week in under 5 seconds. So, what exactly happens when this heat-seeking firecracker meets a Russian jet? Well, let's break it down. But first, Wes here, veteran of the US Army and the US Air Force, and if you hate authoritarians as much as I do, hit that subscribe button for me and hop on this train.
Choo-choo, choo-choo, ha-ha.
Step 1. Heat signature locked. Imagine a Russian fighter jet, probably flying low to strut its stuff because, hey, nothing says we own the skies like buzzing around within MANPADS range. Meanwhile, somewhere below, a Ukrainian soldier with a Stinger missile is quietly locking on. The Stinger uses an infrared sensor to track the heat signature of the jet's engine. Think of the engine like a glowing neon sign saying, "Aim here." The hotter it burns, the easier it is to target. And since most fighter jets produce enough heat to light up a small city, locking onto one is like playing darts with the board 6 inches from your face. At this point, the soldier gets a satisfying tone in the launcher, a polite before things get decidedly impolite for the jet. Step 2. Missile away. Once fired, the Stinger missile shoots out of its launcher like a bat out of hell, traveling at Mach 2, or about 1,500 miles per hour. It closes the gap in seconds, leaving the jet's pilot little time to react. Even advanced countermeasures like flares have limited success if the missile is already locked on. For the pilot, it's that classic "oh no" moment. They're flying a multi-million-dollar piece of equipment at hundreds of miles per hour, and now there's a $120,000 missile with an attitude problem screaming straight at them. Fun fact, pilots are trained to take evasive maneuvers, but at low altitudes, dodging a Stinger is like trying to dodge a wasp in a phone booth. Step 3. Detonation station. The moment of truth. The Stinger missile is designed to detonate just before reaching its target. This isn't about polite fender benders, it's about delivering maximum carnage. The blast radius and shrapnel essentially turn the missile into a flying fragmentation grenade. If the explosion hits the engine, well, the jet is now an unscheduled meteor. Even if it doesn't, the shockwave and shrapnel can rip through critical systems. The engines. If it's still running after the hit, it's not for long. The engine's usually the first thing to fail, leaving the jet about as aerodynamic as a brick. Hydraulics. No hydraulics, no control surfaces. That means no pitch, no roll, and definitely no landing. Avionics. The fancy electronics that help pilots navigate. Toast. It's like losing both GPS and your steering wheel while doing 300 miles an hour. Step 4. Well, results may vary. Now the pilot gets to experience one of 3 equally unpleasant scenarios. Immediate crash, a direct hit to the engine or fuselage typically sends the jet into an uncontrollable nosedive. When your aircraft is more whole than hull, there's not much else to do but brace for impact or eject. System damage. If the missile doesn't obliterate the jet outright, it still causes enough chaos to make flying impossible without working engines or control systems. The pilot is essentially piloting a very expensive glider. Except this glider is on fire and missing crucial parts. Pilot ejection. If the pilot detects the missile in time, they might eject, but ejecting isn't exactly a walk in the park. It's a violent, last-ditch escape that feels like being launched out of a slingshot, and there's no guarantee they'll land somewhere friendly, or even alive. And let's not forget, ejecting over hostile territory means their problems have only just begun. Parachuting into the waiting arms of a Ukrainian local population, not exactly the reunion they were hoping for. So here's why the Stinger works so well. The Stinger's real power lies in its portability. One soldier, one shoulder launcher, and suddenly an entire Air Force has trust issues. Its short range makes it perfect for targeting low-flying jets or helicopters, and because it homes in on heat, it's basically an engine's worst nightmare. And here's why it matters. every time a Stinger takes down a Russian jet, it's not just a win for the Ukrainians or whoever fired it. It's a reminder that even million-dollar war machines aren't safe from a well-placed $120,000 missile. And honestly, watching a fighter jet go from sleek killing machine to plummeting wreckage is both terrifying and, I'll admit it, a little satisfying in this context. So the next time you hear about a Stinger missile in action, just remember, it's proof that sometimes the best defense is a soldier with a shoulder-fired nope cannon. That's it for this quick hit video. Subscribe if you're feeling froggy. And as always, glory to Ukraine, glory to the heroes. Slava Ukraini.